Okay, so I finished the game and I realized there's two Chivos I did not get. So I'm super close to actually just getting all the achievements in this game. And they were just small things I overlooked. And one of those achievements at the end of my last video, I was like, I wonder what the next game is going to be about. And it turns out getting the achievement unlocks a after credits scene that teases, I think, the setup for whatever the next game is going to be. So the first Chivo is pretty easy. We went around and got a bunch of blue flowers in Hosberg, but we need to turn them in to get, to finish off all those flowers we collected. I was just like, I'm just collecting flowers. I'm just whatever, putting them in my pocket. I had actually found all the patches of flowers, but there was one flower I hadn't collected. So I went back and got it, and now the spirit appears. Now I can give them all the flowers I collected and get that achievement.
You're a spirit. Despair was here before.
Light glimmers the surface. Flowers break through snow. Hope unexpected. I am such.
Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is there were 3 circles that I need to get. I've gotten 2. When we went back to that area where the Revenant Dragon was, after we killed them, I climbed up a ladder and unlocked a chest and went into like an little alcove, and there was like a creepy voice and a ring that was like, I was like, what is this about? I was like, oh, well, I won't worry about it. I'm sure the game will explain it to me later. Well, oh, it didn't. And it's not going to, but it does give us some post-credits teasers for what probably will come next. So there's one I'm missing. It's either an Arlethan Forest or... I don't know, I can't remember where the other one is. So let's check out Arlethan Forest first. Okay, so this is the ring I didn't get. I just ignored it. I just thought it was some elven stuff.
Fascinating. Unforeseen.
Who are you?
Must not reveal. Must not alarm. Soon, though. Very soon.
So let's read those now. Mysterious circle. There's something wrong with these circles. Well, I call them circles, but we've never found a complete one. Just enough pieces to tell it was probably a circle once. Being near them makes my skin crawl. My keeper... Okay, so this is an elf. My keeper told me they're just artifacts of old days of Elvenon, but I know they're not. He tells me that some of the elves, the forgotten ones, and those who followed them were evil. So some of what they made must be evil too, and that's the source of my discomfort. But there's a difference between evil and wrong, and these things are wrong. I need to find one that's still intact. Maybe I'll ask Tayrin to come with me. We found it. Okay, so it's the same elves. We found it, a complete circle. It wasn't an Arlethan. It was in the deep roads of all places. Someone heard what sounded like Hala coming from a fissure. Tayrin and I, as the keeper's second and first, were asked to take a look and see if any of our animals had gone missing. We went down into the deep roads and followed the sound. Could tell by the echoes that they were some ways in, so we got ready for a journey. Eventually we found them in a chamber farther in, just as we had expected. It was dark. I mean, it's dark nearly everywhere in the deep roads, but even the light spell that Tayrin had casted started to sputter out when we entered that room. The air felt greasy, almost like we were pushing through it, but we made it to where the hollow were cowering and I saw it. A complete circle. I took it. It was strangely cold to the touch. Even now, next to the fire, it stays cold. And there's a marking. white lines, and black triangles. I wonder what it means. I don't know how Tayrin and I are still alive, but we shouldn't be. We've been combing through old journals, missives, anything that spoke of the air feeling greasy. That seemed to be the sign of the mysterious circles, and even the broken ones had given off some of that same quality. We found what we were looking for in an old scouting report from Clan Sabre. They'd found a collapsed section of the deep roads that seemed to lead under the ocean. Or at least they reported the smell of seawater. So Tayrin and I went there. We got a little deeper than the Sabre scouts and we found another one of these circles. Then we saw them. They looked like a person, though oddly dressed. Gray robe, gray helmet, and a mask. And then they moved. Fast. They were suddenly in front of me, and they were reaching out. But there was something wrong with their arm. It was changing. Shifting. I fought ogres, demons, and more than one Templar. But I've never been so afraid or so sure I was going to die. I couldn't move. Tayrin saved me. She hit it with an arrow in the chest. It stumbled back and that broke the spell. We ran, but we could feel it behind us and it was getting bigger. We lost it. I still don't know how. But I'm not looking for these circles anymore. Let the past keep its secrets. So that's all of them that deal with these circles. And unfortunately, we don't see the end credit, that we don't see this end credit scene unless we do the fight. Unless we play through to the end again. And I don't get the Chivo unless I do that. So yeah, maybe I'll keep everyone alive, but I'll send in Davrin instead and send in Balara instead, and then keep everyone else alive like I did. I just want to see how those change, and I'll record that.
It's fortunate we weren't spotted coming in.
A lot of dreadnoughts. One shot is all it takes.
Now we just have to deal with that.
Morgan didn't exaggerate. That's the entire Antom army over there.
At least the gods are taking us seriously.
I could have lived without that.
The gods will know we're here soon. And so will the Antom. We need a distraction. One team to draw off that army, and another to stop the gods from finishing their dagger.
I'll take half the team and cause some trouble down by the Antom ships.
Wait, I'm the scout. I can get us around this place faster.
There'll be Blight farther up, Harding. And Darkspawn.
I've fought them before. And I've got the stone on my side.
Lace? Hold on.
Someone has to do this, Tosh.
So who will it be?
Davrin's right. We need a Grey Warden and a Griffin in the lead.
Won't let you down. Either of us.
I'll take the rest of us, and get to the gods before they finish their dagger and cut open the Fade. Once we're in place, Lucanus will take Solas's dagger and ambush Gillenane.
Elgernon's pet.
One problem at a time. As long as he has that archdemon, he's invulnerable. Concentrate on Gillenane first. We kill her, take the god's dagger, then deal with Elgernon.
Good luck, Rook. Let's make some history.
Good luck, and thanks. Davrin.
Just like you said in the lighthouse, Rook. We stop the gods. Whatever it takes.
There's Davrin!
Rook, over here.
Davrin, you alright?
For now. We burned some Antom ships, led them off. But there's another wave coming.
Can you open the way out of here?
Sure thing. Let me take a look. Doors are open, Rook. There's a lot more Antom. We'll lead them away.
Be careful. We'll meet you above.
Rook, Antom coming your way. We can't hold them forever.
Do what you can. Meet us inside that building ahead.
Another Fade tear. Oceans of magic are coursing around us because of the god's ritual.
Then we'd better find Gillenane. Quickly.
Wait! There are wards blocking the way out. Blood magic.
One touch could kill.
How do we get through? Ideas?
Patterns are familiar. If I can fracture the harmonics, we could get through. Maybe.
I deal with blood magic. I can stop the damage long enough to burn out the wards.
That's risky, Nev. Really risky. I can't ask you to do that.
Your way's just as dangerous. Don't like it, but one of us has to do it.
This is your territory, Bellara. Just go slow.
I'll be careful.
I'll keep this Fade tear in check while you work. But with things so unpredictable, I fear anything might happen once we kill Gillenane.
Solus warned me that there'd always be costs and consequences to fighting gods. But if we kill Gillenane, snatch the god's dagger, and escape, maybe we prove him wrong.
I dearly hope so.
And there!
Great work.
Thanks. Be careful. The gods might know we're here now.
That is a certainty.
Bellara!
The Elven are a scattered people, but fret not. I shall bring your mage gently back into our fold. You can all be forgiven by embracing the wisdom of surrender. Continue, and even the dread wolf will regret what I do to his pawn.
Come on! Elgornon and Gillenane are still on the island. If we move fast, we might get Bellara back.
Damn it! Hold on, Belle!
The gods know we're coming, but they still need to finish their dagger.
Then we should split their attention.
Right. Half the team comes with me on the main path. Davrin, you and the others stay out of sight and get Lucanus to the ritual.
Then after he kills Gillenane, we rescue Bellara. All this magic, it feels like a storm.
Which means Elgonon's almost completed the dagger.
Where's Gillenane?
On the move. Spike can feel her hunting for us.
I don't care what these damn gods try, or what they want. We'll kill Gillenane, we'll get our friend back, and then...
Then we kill Elgonon. We'll distract Gillenane until Lucanus gets a clear shot.
Good luck, Davrin.
Like I promised, whatever it takes.
It's all yours.
As is Gillenane.
So few of you remain.
Pardon?
Desperate.
Nev?
Fearful. For your transgressions, little rook, you face a god alone.
Lucanus, I've got you!
Behold your current age! Fragile, aimless, lost! We're the only beings in this world who can cleanse and tame the blight. Use it to rebuild the old glories. You've done naught but destroy them!
You and Elgornon are trapped by the past, just like Solus. You had your chance, each one of you. And We don't owe you a thing!
Whatever it takes. Hassan!
No! We had such plans! Oh, God, no!
Regret this.
The fade's still ripping open!
The dagger! Rook! You must break its contact with Gillenane!
Lucanus? Lucanus!
And so you have your victory. You live, and Gillenane does not. Are you not proud to finally reach this moment? Or did you think you'd win the day without some painful sacrifice?
That dragon raised Minrathus. Where were you?
No one's retreating.
We'll all die.
Archdemons attacking the North Wall.
You and your friends stood against the gods. Your courage is laudable.
Solus.
But mortals cannot win this battle. I am sorry it is what must be.
I saved you, Rook. What was the point?
You were never up to it.
You're worthless.
Varric never believed.
You're no leader. You failed us all.
What failure cuts your conscience now, I wonder?
Laura!
Your friend is dead.
Dead and gone. It was your fault.
Your fault.
Regret, like all emotions, is a powerful thing. It can bruise us, break us, or blind us to the truth. Regret is even strong enough to serve as the lock on a prison built to hold gods. But such a prison can hold any captive. Even you.
No!
You were never ready to make the sacrifices that leadership requires. So through our connection, I molded you into someone the prison would accept in my place.
Eric?
Your work is done.
What? This is... This is where we talked when I was dreaming. But I'm not dreaming. Solus said this prison was built to hold gods.
Built to hold gods. And locked with regret. He said that, too.
Bellara?
Rook. I was supposed to find all the secrets of the Nodus Trithallan. Now I never will. I'm sorry to make you sad, but I told you the enchantments were dangerous. You chose me anyway. You picked me to die.
You're right. You're my friend, Bellara. But we had to get those wards down. I made a choice. I live with the choices I make. The successes and the failures. We all believed in what we were fighting for. What we're still fighting for. And Bellara knew what it might cost.
She did, kid. We all did. Because you always chose the hard truth over the easy lie. Solus, on the other hand.
Everyone's a pawn to someone like Solus. Pieces to sacrifice, without a second thought.
Davrin.
Whatever it takes. That's what you told us. And you live that. Every day. You helped me rescue the Griffins. Got him to Arlithan. You asked a lot of us, the team. But you asked even more of yourself. And after everything you've done, it was my turn to make the sacrifice. And I'd do it again.
I'm going to miss you, Davrin. We fought together, bled together, and anytime I needed you, you were there. And now you're gone. And the fight's not over. So I promise you this. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to stop Elgar'nan. And I'm going to stop Solus. I'll save the world, Davrin. And make sure your sacrifice was worth it.
Great job, kid. Now, what about mine?
That's
where it all began.
What am I going to see there?
I think you already know.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Thanks, Rook. Whatever else he is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca. You need to listen!
You died back at the ritual site. You've been dead all along. Whenever I've been talking to you, asking for advice, I've been talking to myself, haven't I? Because you're dead.
Yeah. Sorry about that, kid.
I'm sorry, Varric.
For what?
For not saving you.
Shit. Didn't you learn anything from this place? I made the choice. To talk to him. To try to reach him. Even knowing the risks. Because he was my friend. My decision, my sacrifice. And you don't get to take that from me.
But
every story's got an ending. This one just came a little earlier than I'd planned.
all this time, Harding and Nev. Why didn't anyone tell me?
They thought you knew. You're the only one that wasn't in on it.
But they talked to you, I remember.
Nope. They talked to you. Or to themselves. You just filled in the blanks. Time to finish this story. Your story. I just know the ending's going to be killer.
What happens now? To you?
I'll disappear. Go back to just being a memory.
Right.
Hey, don't get all misty-eyed on me, okay? I had a good run, and I don't regret a second of it.
What about Solus?
You talked to Mythal. You saw the memories. Solus wants to be a hero. That's who he is, deep down. But it's easier for him to play the villain. Because that means he didn't fail. All the damage he's done, the people he's hurt, it becomes a choice. Remind him who he really is. He might just listen.
So how do I get out of here?
Listen to your team. Like you always do.
This way. It's thinner here.
Better be right.
They're waiting for you. Just take it one step at a time.
Goodbye, Varric. And thank you.
Rook!
Looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I'd say good luck, but you don't need it. You already have everything you need.
There! A light!
We've got something. Get ready.
Hey!
He seized control of the Archon's palace?
While the Magisterium was in full session, only the Venatori seem to have survived.
How are the Shadow Dragons?
Still fighting, last we heard. But Elgernon's blighted the city, and the Venatori have sealed the gates. No one can get in or out.
Even the city's alluvians went dark. We've got no way to contact the Shadow Dragons. They'd be dead already if not for Solus.
Solus?
He got to Minrathis just before the gates were sealed. He saved some civilians and killed some Venatori.
Now everyone's following Solus, like he's the only one who can save them.
He'll save them from the Blight or die trying. He's not lying about that. Though I doubt anyone rallying to the Dreadwolf's banner knows that he plans to drown the world in demons once Elgernon's dead. He can't hurt Elgernon yet. That archdemon makes him invulnerable.
So Solus has to kill it first.
And once that's done, Solus goes for Elgernon with the dagger he took from us.
That's why we need to get to Solus first.
He's not going to be happy when he sees you've escaped from his trap.
That's his problem. He's got the dagger, and the dagger is the only thing that can kill Elgernon. We need to get it back.
We did attempt to create a dagger to replace the one Solus took.
Nice to look at, but it can't cut through enchantments like the real thing.
So it cannot kill Elgernon.
Looks real enough.
But it is not. We don't have the right weapon to take down our target, and we lost too much killing Gillenane. We have no idea where Bellara is, or what Elgernon is doing to her.
And Davron and Asan are... Bellara would never forgive us if we let an elven tyrant conquer the world. And Davron wouldn't rest while monsters put innocent lives in danger. They believed in this team. They trusted all of us. They aren't here to finish the fight. But we are. Get a message to anyone who's still out there. Tell them we're gonna stop Elgernon, and we need their help to do it. Then fix up your gear and take care of any unfinished business. In the morning, we take back Minrathis.
Darling, are you certain you're all right?
We've still got work to do. I can collapse when this is over.
Rook, let us send word to all our allies. Your only task for now should be to rest. I hope you're feeling more yourself soon. I'll be back.
I keep expecting Davrin to challenge me to push-ups or something. Or Hassan to come and ask for a treat.
Yeah.
Those figures he carved? I'll get one of the lords to make more. And print his book. He'd want people to learn to kill monsters. And you were right. He'd also want us to finish the job. So just say the word. I'm ready to find out how to make Elgernon burn. Hey, Varric. Are you busy? I came to apologize. Yeah, I know. I'm always apologizing for something. I should have seen this sooner. I should have known. Or maybe I did, and I just didn't want it to be true. I really wish you were here. Who's gonna put up with all my self-doubts and listen to me ramble when things go wrong? You never did finish telling me the story about Isabella and the Arishok. So, who gets Bianca? I think there's a waiting list. Oh, and Lucanus called dibs on your jacket. So, I'll go out there and do this. For you. And Davrin. And Asan. And Balara. And everyone else we've lost. Goodbye, Varric. I know where to find you if I need you.
After we've dealt with Elgernon, we must search for Balara. I'll not leave that poor girl wherever that monster jailed her.
No news on what's happened to her?
No. I'd attempt scrying, but the Fade is in an uproar.
If we can find her, we will. How's things back home, Emmerich?
Outbreaks of malicious spirits, panic at the eclipse. The Watchers are helping keep order. Fortunately, we're not as vulnerable to Darkspawn as some other kingdoms.
You can't blight what's already dead.
Ah, speaking of which, some of the same undead you stopped during the War of the Banners are now tasked with supporting our living legions.
It's probably for the better I'm not home right now, then.
Best to let our undead gentry sate themselves in war.
When Gillenane died, it was like the Fade spilled into the real world for a moment.
A small taste of what Solus would have done if you hadn't stopped him from tearing down the Veil back when this started.
It was a team effort. Me, Harding, Nev, and Varric.
We ask you to plunge back into battle without a proper chance to mourn. Davrin's room is as he left it, as though he might stroll in with Hassan one day.
They were heroes. To the end.
Indeed they were. I'm relieved beyond measure that we took the time to visit Blackthorn Manor, Rook. Given Johanna's partnership with the Venatori, I'm sure they would have eagerly employed her bone construct had we not stopped her. I'll be ready whenever you are, dearest.
It's been days, but I still expect Belle to burst in here with a question or theory to share. Varric gone, Balara taken, Minrathous. We were never getting out of this unscathed, but every hit hurts. Rook, I don't know how Solus made you forget what happened to Varric. If I'd known, I should have caught it. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure it could be caught.
Maybe, but still. Add it to my list of reasons to stop him.
So, Minrathous.
It's bad. Solus may have helped, but we can't trust that's benevolent. How much more can we take? When does it stop? If the Venatori want blood in the streets, I'll give it to them. We just need a way in. Whatever's happening out there, it's echoing here, in the Fade. The other day, I found wisps under my desk. They were hiding.
You're sure?
Had a strong feeling. I gave them an inkpot and some parchment with scribbled notes. It calmed them a little. If they felt safe here, I couldn't make them leave. It's almost time. I'm ready to put this job behind me.
It feels so different without Davrin. I can't believe he's just gone. We don't talk about it much, but everyone knows it. We wouldn't be here if Davrin hadn't stepped up.
He was a hero. We won't forget it.
Right. We can see it through, the rest of us. We'll fight. We'll win. Early in our search for Solus, Varric would ask me, "You sure you want to be here? It won't be easy." And I'd say, "I know. I'm not afraid of difficult." I didn't know how difficult it would be, especially without his wisdom. He could always make sense of things, you know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Right. You were talking to him this whole time.
Just a memory of him. Enhanced by Solus's magic, I think.
I'd take that. Just to hear that voice one more time, telling me it will all be okay. We've tried to get messages through to the Shadow Dragon since Elgernon took over Minrathous. No luck. Nev's always so composed, but she must be worried. It's her city, her friends. Minrathous has already struggled so much. Let's get there quickly. I know I'm ready. I've got a score to settle with Elgernon. For the Titans and Dwarves. He has no idea who he's messed with. You, me, Varric, Nev. We started this. Let's make sure we end it right. Everyone's ready. Just say the word.
The Antam and Ravain have gone berserk. They're killing anything that moves. Be a lot worse if the Dragon King were leading them. The lords have kept them away from cities and towns so far. You saved a lot of lives when you helped me put him down. Elgernon lost it after you disappeared. He raged about us killing Gillenane. Brought down a huge pillar of fire on the island. We barely got away in time. A lot of Antam didn't. It burned so bright that we all saw purple for hours. Turned the whole island to glass. Let me know when it's time. I'm ready.
You were a warden to the end, Davrin. A hero. But you were a lot more than that to this team. You were a friend. We couldn't find any trace of you. I don't know what to think about that. Whatever it means, we miss you, Davrin. Asan, we're gonna miss you, boy. You're one of a kind. Wherever you are, I hope it's filled with all the truffles you could ever imagine. And worms. Oh yeah, let's not forget those. Always carving your toys. We'll keep these safe too.
Katerina sent me a vintage bottle of port to mark my ascension as First Talon. I plan to share it with Davrin, with Hassan at our feet.
I'll miss them too.
We will have to settle for stopping Elgernon and carving Davrin's name into his blighted heart. Now comes the fight for those we can still save. Despite the cost, Gillenane is dead. We should still count it a victory.
I knew you wouldn't miss twice. Are you okay?
I'm well, though that was no ordinary death blow. I assure you that striking down a god is not something any killer can mistake. That is worth remembering, given we still have 2 gods to destroy. The crows have been busy in Treviso. The madness of the comic, the butcher, Evenchi's mistakes. The wounds will heal with time, presuming the world does not end first. But victory is no final battle. It is everything that comes after. When you are ready to end this, Spite and I will be at your side.
Thank you all for coming. If we don't stop Elgranon today, our world is either dead or blighted. So we keep fighting until the job is done. It's gonna be hard. There's no guarantee any of us will make it.
We're with you, Rook.
Elgranon dies today.
Whatever it takes.
Strife, news?
Our scouts confirm Elgranon is inside the Archon's palace. There's a giant tendril of blight tethering it to the Divine's manor in Hightown.
Then that's our goal. Breach the city walls and get to that tendril. Emmerich, can we count on Mornwatch support?
Our fellow Watchers would be honored to assist.
Every remaining Grey Warden will be there too.
The Antivan crows are ready to pay their respects.
And the Lords of Fortune will be there. For gold and glory.
The Veil Jumpers have been in this since the beginning, and will be there for the end.
Solus is our first target. Without his dagger, we can't kill Elgranon.
Our scouts last spotted him working with the Shadow Dragons in the western section of Hightown.
Okay, we go in through Hightown.
How? Minrathous was built to fight off an army, even before Elgranon reinforced the defenses. Every gate will be guarded.
Worse than that. Our scouts reported that the Venatori sealed all the gates with those damn warding crystals.
Can the Veil Jumpers disable them?
Venatori magic won't be a problem.
It's still likely to take time. You may need assistance or someone to protect you while you unravel the wards.
Tosh, I want you backing up the Veil Jumpers. Right.
The Venatori at that gate will be commanded by a war mage. That's how they usually operate.
If we get rid of the commander, the rest of the Venatori will scatter. Can the crows cut the head off the snake?
Contract accepted.
There's gonna be a lot of guards between you and her. The Lords can clear you a path.
And one of us should be there as well.
Lucanus, how'd you like to kill a Venatori mage?
It would be my pleasure.
One last thing might give the crows some trouble. There's a massive construct tall enough to crush buildings. It's guarding the main gate.
A juggernaut. Giant siege constructs built to withstand the Antam, or anyone else who came calling.
We're gonna need our heaviest forces against that juggernaut. Evka?
The Grey Wardens have fought ogres and archdemons. We can handle this.
The Morn Watch will lend aid, but against something as large as this juggernaut, we'll require further assistance. Rook?
Harding, you're with the Wardens.
Right.
Emmerich, Nev, you're with me. We make a run at the gate, get inside, and find Solus. The rest of you, get to the Blight Tendril. Once we've got the dagger, we'll meet you there. And take the fight to Elgernon. I believe in this team, in all of us. So let's get it done. We go on my signal.
On the wards!
Rook!
We need to go!
Laura, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of there.
Laura is gone. There is only the will of Elgranon. Giver of life and death.
You are not my god! Get out of my head!
Rook? He was all I could hear. It was my mind, but he made me want to help him. It's okay. You're free now. You're safe.
None of us are safe.
Once Elgranon is dead.
Wait! You can't kill Elgranon yet. If you do, watch out! Come on!
Lady Morrigan!
Quickly now! Destiny is a heavy burden to bear. And growing heavier by the moment.
You're alive!
Thanks to the Wardens and the Morn Watch.
Apologies for missing the War Council. We got inside the city with the Veil Jumpers.
It gave us a chance to finally strike back at the Venatori.
Whatever you did unblocked entrances to the Divine's Manor. It also destroyed some of the Blight.
It'll come back. I can still feel it. I don't think I'm the only mage he used like this.
Balara, you're all right.
Rook freed me, but I learned things when I was in that blight eruption. We need to talk.
We will. But first we need to get you to a healer.
We'll take care of her.
Thanks. I'll join you in a bit. Just want to check on everyone else coming in. While we still have time.
He was in my head the whole time. It was like I wanted to help him. He's filled with the blight, and I think I am too. Rook.
No. I refuse to lose anyone else I care about to these monsters. Balara, stay alive. That's an order. We'll talk to the Wardens after we take down Elgranon.
No, you can't. That's what I needed to tell you. When Elgranon was in my mind, I was kind of in his too. I could feel him. His mind, his magic, his life force. It's tied to the Veil. His life is the only thing holding the Veil in place.
I felt the Veil weaken when Gillenane fell.
I expect that when Solus imprisoned the other gods, he bound them all thus. And now that Elganon is the only one left...
If we kill him, the veil collapses.
Which is why Solus gave me the dagger. That smug, backstabbing little shit. Even with the fate of the world at stake, Solus takes time to double-cross the people trying to save it. We still have to kill Elganon. So what can we do? Can we tie the veil to something else to keep it in place?
For an enchantment like that, we'll need a specific substitute. The veil was made to be tied to the ancient elven gods.
Then let's tie it to Solus. He's the only elven god left.
Binding him will require drawing his blood with a lyrium dagger.
And I doubt he's going to like the idea.
I sure hope he doesn't. After everything he's done, I'm looking forward to doing this the hard way. But it will be risky. What about this?
The dagger we made while you were in the Fade.
Once Elganon is dead, odds are good that Solus will need to do something else to complete his ritual. This dagger looks identical, but it can't cut through enchantments like the real thing. So if he tries to use it...
The backlash of such magic would render him helpless.
Unless he notices. You really want to try a bait and switch on the Dreadwolf?
Is there any chance at all, that he would listen to reason?
Did he listen to you when you spoke with him years ago, Inquisitor?
Varric died trying to reason with him.
As did Mythal when Solus took her power.
But we have you, Morgan. You have Mythal's memories. And we have the essence of the other fragment of Mythal, from the Crossroads.
Such power, even fragmented, is not to be taken lightly. Hold it for now. And when the time comes, if you believe the Dreadwolf's heart can be turned from this course, I shall try.
Because of everyone here, and everyone we lost to get here, we've got options for dealing with Solus. For now, let's focus on Elganon. He's in the palace above us. We'll climb the Blight Tendril to get there. Once Solus takes down the Archdemon and renders Elganon mortal, we hit him with everything we've got.
Damn right we do.
Time's running short. Stock up on supplies, pay your respects, and say goodbye to the people you love. Be ready to go when I signal.
Of course Solus lied to us. Again. I expect it, and yet I'm surprised every time. But we're chipping away at Elgarnon's forces. I thought that was impossible. He commands armies, and he's a god. Or really close to one anyway. We even got Balara back. I keep thinking, something has to go wrong somewhere. Right?
We know what we're up against. We came prepared. Everyone came together for one purpose. That will carry us through.
Before this ends, in case things don't work out, I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. You help me see that I don't have to run from my anger, that I can use it to fight for what's good. Just one final push to the palace. We're so close, Rook.
For Varric, for all that he meant to us.
I'm ready. Let's finish this.
How are you feeling, Balara?
Everyone filled me in, told me about everything that happened since I've been gone. It's a lot. I knew Elgarnon was doing something. I could feel it through the blight. I just didn't know how big it was. How awful it was. But most everyone's still alive. Still fighting. That's more than I could have hoped for. More than I expected. So, okay, I think.
This could have gone a lot worse. I'm glad it didn't.
You're finding the way through. The twisty path.
And the blight? How's it feeling?
Like it's tying itself around me. It's in my blood. In my head. I feel it whispering to me. But it doesn't get to decide how my story goes. Even if it's only got a few chapters left. Let's make the most of each one of them and give it the happiest ending we can manage.
Varric liked to say everything was a story. Helped to make sense of all of it.
I always wanted to meet him. He sounded smart and kind.
Yeah, he was.
Rook, thank you.
For what?
For helping me put the ghosts of the past to rest. Now let's go kill a god.
Nev, how are you holding up?
I've seen reports from the city. The lost... But more are still standing than I might have bet on.
We're doing as well as can be expected. Just have to keep it up.
We can't get overconfident.
There's more on your mind.
This started with Solus. It will end there, too. He played mind games with you, targeted emotions, then went right for the heart. People with power, sometimes it's best not to play their games. Other times you need to play them smarter. However this plays out, I'm ready. Minrathous has gone through enough. So have I.
So much has happened, but we wouldn't be standing here without you.
Sure you would. Though the group would lack a certain charm. When this is done, I'm not sure where I'll land or what it will look like. We've been through a lot on this one, but if you need a detective, you've got me on your case.
Thanks, Nev.
Anytime.
We didn't lose anybody. We hit the city that the Antam couldn't conquer. We've even got Balara back. We're gaining people. I'm ready to fight as long as our luck holds out. Thanks for keeping Harding safe. She takes risks when she gets mad. Harding takes risks when she gets mad? She's itching to take a shot at Elgernon. And probably Solus. Elgernon won't know what hit him. What? No, he'd better know it was us. That's the best part. Hey, listen. You helped me figure out who I was. I'm Ravani. I'm a dragon hunter. My mother didn't like that. But maybe she'd be proud of me anyway. Chakra to Ebra, Tosh. I know she would. I'm a better person because of you. So, thanks. Now let's go kick some ass.
Bad news, everyone. Elganon's forces are gathering outside.
They mean to prevent you from reaching their master.
One of us should help.
I'm going up there. I owe Elgernon for what he did.
You go to face a guard, Rook, but any aid you might spare would be welcomed. Tosh, you up for it?
Yup.
We'll be cheering for you, Rook. Good luck.
The throne room. Knowing Algernon, we'll find him there.
Rook!
You made it!
Algernon's using the Magisters to control the Blight, just like he used me. They're directing all of it at Solus. He won't make it without our help.
How do you know?
I can still feel it. Hear it.
The Blight?
I'll help Solus. Just get to the throne room.
Such arrogance, thinking you can hide from your creator. And I am this world's creator. Every pointed spire and warding enchantment in this city is a child's unwitting imitation of the empire I built. I would have restored the glory. Your lives are too brief to remember.
I saw Demeter's Crossing and Weishaupt, and everywhere else you've left your mark. I didn't see any glory. All I saw was a tyrant destroying everything he touches.
You mistake discipline for cruelty, a failing among those who lack a master's gentle guidance. We only destroyed because you resisted. In the new empire, every child would have blossomed under my protection. And Gillenane, my brilliant sister, would have forged the Blight into a tool of beauty. But she is dead. And all we have is this. Because of you. not even save himself. Now you understand that none may stand against me. Those who try stand alone. You will kneel.
No.
Oh, come now. You did as well as anyone could have, but you cannot deny the truth.
I can do this. I have to.
Release them!
I gave you this power, child.
You are not my god!
Impossible! No! You will not!
You are mortal, Elganon. Enjoy it while it lasts.
If you will not bow, you will burn.
It is done. The world owes you a debt, both for defeating Elganon and for bringing down the Veil. I am sorry for this final betrayal, but I will do what I can to minimize the damage. When you see the old world restored, please, Rook. I do not wish to fight against you.
The Veil's not coming down on my watch.
It is over. You can never stand against me alone. If you will excuse me, the final enchantments require a delicate touch.
Standing against you, and I am not alone. But you will be. The Veil needs to be tied to the life force of an elven god. And now it is. Dread.
sneer at me as though you understand. You are mortal compared to you, to your infinitesimal existence. I am a god!
With Elgar'nan and Gillenane dead, and the Dread Wolf locked away in his own prison, it looked like one of the biggest stories this world had ever seen was finally drawing to a close.
The story of the Veilguard, a team of heroes who stood strong against evil, no matter the cost.
Whatever it takes.
But whenever one story ends, another begins.
Like the story of the Grey Wardens, clearing the remains of the Blight so that the flowers can grow again.
Or the story of Arkandorian Parvus, fighting to bring Minrathous out from under Venatori rule.
Or the story of a caretaker, standing watch for new heroes.
For the Antivan Crows, it would be a story of liberation from invaders and usurpers alike, as Treviso threw off its shackles.
Among the Veil Jumpers, the fall of the last elven gods meant Arlathan was reborn.
At their heart, stories are about change.
A man seeing his ward become more than he could ever have imagined.
A woman protecting Docktown at all costs against an unknown future.
An assassin and a demon setting aside the past for the sake of family.
A student of history, helping the elves regain what they lost.
A dragon hunter forging a new life for themselves.
Or the Griffins, finding a new home in Arlathan, protecting a world that once thought them lost for good.
Or the anguish of finally understanding the Titans and forever altering those who carry the memory.
There are stories of love.
But those stories aren't over. And we will always be grateful to those whose stories brought us where we are today. And those whose stories will live on with us forever.
we have balanced. Guided. Whispered. And soon, the poisoned fruit ripens. We come.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that post-credits ending we saw, and the entities that are shown in these white-robed, masked characters. You know, the whole game, there's points where, like, I think Ballard talks about, oh, what's, across the sea? Do you think it's better? Do you think the elves are having a better time? And then we have the we talk about the devouring storm with the Kunari. The Kunari are afraid of this, the old Kunari were afraid of this devouring storm. And these things all sort of hint at these executors, which were a plot point in Inquisition that I barely remember. The executors, or those across the, what do they call themselves? Those across the sea, or the executors, take interest in the Inquisition because these executors also want Corypheus taken down. And they also want Solus dealt with. But like that sequence we saw, right? We saw, oh my god. We saw them dealing, like, Loghain, Dragon Age Origins. They influenced Loghain. We saw Bartrand with the Red Lyrium Idol from Dragon Age 2, so they influenced that somehow. And then we see, I think we saw Flemeth, and then the Breach and Corypheus. And we never did get, like, really good answers about the Breach and why the Inquisitor was there. Well, I think the Executors might have something to do with that. And those are those white-robed guys. So it'll be interesting to see. It looks like now that we've kind of wrapped up the Veil and the Blight, the Blight will always be around. Because there's always just going to want to throw, like, we'll always be cleaning up the Blight, I think, because they're probably just going to randomly throw Darkspawn at us as, like, diminishing enemies of a threat that's waning. But they're convenient enemies, so I think they'll always be around. But we'll get to see, with the Blight in receding and the Evanurus taken care of and Solus taken care of and the Veil not going to be ripped down because oh, that felt so good to punch Solus. It was what I wanted. We'll be moving on to the next thing. Well, I think I really want to see more of the world other than just the parts of Thedas we've seen in Dragon Age, mostly Origins, Inquisition, and Veilguard, right? 2 was very siloed to Kirkwall. We didn't really see anything except Kirkwall. So I'll be excited to see what the other continents are and what the heck these executors are up to. How old are they? Are they immortal? Or are they just like an occult and order that have been dealing with things down the line? So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. So that's it. Now I'm done. I got all the achievements, so I'm fine. I'm not going to play anymore. Well, I might come back and play some more someday, but just not on camera. So this is it. This is officially the last video. Thanks for being around. And I'll see you in, I guess, New Vegas or Fields of Mystery. Whatever. Or whatever if you want. Anyway, I'll see you then.